So, ladies and gentlemen, fellow Kenyans, I announced yesterday night that I will be making an earth-breaking statement today, the 30th of December, 2024, on the wave of abductions that has been bedeviling our country in the recent past. You are aware that there are several people who have allegedly been abducted, and Kenyans are wondering why this is happening. And today I am going to share the information that I have in terms of the abductions so that Kenyans may begin to process and to understand what actually may be happening. I have received very credible information that the former Deputy President, the Honorable Gachagua, is close associates working together with people who are sympathetic to his cause in government and others who were in government before, maybe the ones who are planning the current abductions in order to show up public emotions against the government and to create decency against the government. I repeat that I have received information that I believe to be credible, that the former Deputy President, the Honorable Gachagua, together with his close political associates, working together with persons in government who are sympathetic to his cause, and others who have been in government before in the security sector, may be the ones who are organizing abductions in order to show up public emotions against the government and to create decency for their own political survival and for their own political mileage against the government. And I have decided to make this public and to challenge the Honorable Gachagua, the former Deputy President, so that he may come out and tell Kenyans on what his role is in the current abductions, and whether, as is being alleged, he is the one organizing the abductions in order to create an image that the government is bad so that he can advance his political agenda. And therefore, I am challenging you, Honorable Gachagua, please tell Kenyans what your role is in these abductions, whether there are people working for you who are abducting Kenyans who are criticizing the government, so that when they are abducted, you quickly run to blame the same on the government to score political marks. Thank you. Nimepata habari ambazo naamini ni za ukweli kwamba aliyekuwa naibu wa rais Bwana Gachagua na wandani wake wa kisiasa wakifanya kazi na watu fulani ambao ni vibaraka wake katika serikali na wengine ambao walikuwa serikalini mbeleni, huenda wakawa ndio wanapanga mambo ya abductions, ndio waweze kuleta msisimko wa kuharibia serikali jina. Na nataka leo nimuulize Gachagua aliyekuwa naibu wa rais aeleze Wakenya kama ni kweli anahusika katika mambo ya abductions, na kama kuna watu wanamfanyia kazi ambao wanafanya abductions wakiwa na nia ya kuitumia kuharibia serikali jina kisiasa. Kama ni kweli atueleze, na kama si kweli atueleze ni kwa nini kuna watu ambao wanafikiria kwamba anahusika katika haya mambo. Thank you very much. Kusema Gen Z na kusema vijana wafanye maandamano haina shida, kwa sababu hiyo ni katika zile haki na demokrasia ambazo tumepewa na katiba. Lakini ni vibaya kupanga chini kwa chini mambo, kutumia watu wengine wakora, wanafanya mambo ya abductions, alafu unapinduka. Ni kama mwizi anaibia mtu, anakimbizwa, akifika pale mbele anapinduka, yule ambaye ameibiwa wanasema ndiye mwizi. Kwamba ni vizuri watu wa Kenya wajue kwamba there is a high possibility kwamba huyu Gachagua ndiye anapanga haya mambo, na anapanga watu wanakuwa abducted, wanaficha, alafu wanaitumia kisiasa ndio serikali ilaumiwe. Na tunataka Bwana Gachagua atueleze kama ako na any role katika hizi abductions, na kama ako na role tunataka serikali imchukulie hatua. Hakuna kiongozi yeyote, akuwe mkubwa akuwe mdogo, ambaye ako juu ya sheria. Kwa hivyo kama Gachagua na tunapata hizi habari yeye ndio anapanga achukuliwe hatua za kisheria. Kulingana na habari tulizo nazo ni kwamba mpangaji akisaidiwa na wandani wake wa siasa na wengine ambao wana vibaraka, ni vibaraka wake katika serikali, na wengine ambao walikuwa serikalini mbeleni, wale wanahusika katika haya mambo wanaongozwa, the highest responsibility lies with Rigathi Gachagua. Kwa hivyo sitasema ingine, nishasema kwamba ni Rigathi Gachagua, na Rigathi Gachagua atueleze mambo yake katika haya maneno ya abductions ni yapi, ndio nao Wakenya wajue ukweli. Part of the things that are stage managed, and that's what I'm saying, that there is a whole political strategy by Rigathi Gachagua to stage manage things that will make the government look bad. You stage manage, you tear gas yourself, you stage manage, you kidnap someone who is critical to the government, because you know the obvious thing. If a person who is critical to the government is kidnapped or is abducted as it is, the obvious blame will be to the government. So it is a whole political strategy, and we want to ask them, please don't use the lives of Kenyans for political mileage.
Listening to Mutuse, what do you guys feel about the current parliament that we are having right now? This Mutuse is the same person who went ahead to table the impeachment motion against Rigathi Gachagua. And probably that was one of the things that he did in his life that you'll never forget, because he almost destroyed someone's life. Now, I've been very keenly listening to how he speaks, whatever he says. Immediately after the impeachment, I saw him now commanding the county where he comes from, telling the government this and that, do this. If you don't want to go away, we can still do it. This must be done. Let people know that leadership is temporary. Na mpangangazi hushuka. When I listen to a leader of this caliber say whatever he's saying, that Rigathi Gachagua is the one who orchestrated all these abductions, I ask myself, did this person really go to school? Is he a lawyer in real situation? Like, is he a lawyer? Because I didn't expect that he could bend that low to come and associate Rigathi Gachagua with abductions, from the point that all those CCTVs we are seeing, the police could not see them and could not trace and find out that Rigathi Gachagua is the one responsible. I'm not so sure that this guy even watches or listens to TV, or even whether he thinks before speaking. Why am I saying so? President William Ruto said that he's going to stop abductions. Is he Rigathi Gachagua? He's the one in charge of these abductions that you have in this country. But Mutuse could not say that. Raila Amolo Odinga said very well that he's going to tell his friend William Ruto to stop abducting young men and women in this country. And that means that he was going to tell William Ruto. But still, Mutuse could not see that this was William Ruto was being told to stop abduction by Raila Amolo Odinga. Various cabinet secretaries have been speaking, telling William Ruto that abductions are not good. Others have been correcting people, the Gen Zs, telling them you should use your internet well to avoid these abductions. We've had members of parliament, like now, Kimani, the MP who tabled the Finance Bill 2024, the one who was forcing Kenyans to take it. He also spoke of the same abductions. Only Mutuse from Maendeleo Chap, who now feels like he has intelligence than even William Ruto himself, that it's Rigathi Gachagua who has been orchestrating the abductions across the country. For me, when I hear him speak, I feel that I miss the parliament that was under Mwai Kibaki. How many of you guys miss that parliament? I feel that we are unfortunate to have William Ruto in power, but more unfortunate to have this kind of MPs that we have right now. People are just greedy for power and money. They just want money. Once you give them, they don't think. Money replaces their thinking completely. They put something different in their head and concentrate on something else. How can Mutuse come up and say that these abductions were done by Rigathi Gachagua? He has reliable sources. And we might not be surprised if he tables this in court, simply because he just wants to be seen. How do you feel as a leader when you are known? Before the impeachment, we had never known about Mutuse. We have never had anything to do with the construction of a road that Mutuse has ensured that it has been done. There's no proper law that had been tabled in parliament by Mutuse. Now we could say that Mutuse, if you've been hearing him, he is a good guy, speaking this and that, tearing the common manage. Not even a single day. Until this guy was given the role to impeach Rigathi Gachagua by tabling an impeachment motion. Now, he felt like after being closer to president, doing a favor to president, he has the audacity to speak about anything at any point in any way. He doesn't care because he has power or security around him. The people of the Kama region, these kind of things have to be stopped. Let the Wazir talk to this gentleman that it is not fair to castrate the downfall of another man, then expect to rise. Not possible. It cannot work. It's not possible indeed. I want to urge this kind of an MP to apologize to the youths of this country. Why am I saying so? Today I saw in court a parent crying, saying that he has attended the court session, and in the court his son is missing. He could not see his son. I think that's the one called Mwangi. He could not see his son in court. He started crying, asking where is his son. Then Mutusa thinks this is a joke. As if that was enough, listen to this.
Social media is a very good medium of communication, but it's also a bad medium if we abuse it. Those people who are hell-bent on not using but abusing social media are committing crimes against non-written law that is enforceable. And we want to ensure that Kenya lives decently. Recently I was in Australia, and while we were there, the government of Australia passed a law to prohibit children under 16 from accessing social media, to protect their morals, to protect them from social perverts, to protect them from sexual predators, and all other people hell-bent on corrupting society. Kenya may not want to go that route, but we want to urge every Kenyan to be responsible. To wish anybody death, to wish anybody harm, is a crime under our law. Please, those who are using social media, communicate, raise funds, seduce each other if you are men and women, but stop causing despondency, hatred, and dividing our society on lines that can be dangerous for our country.
That is the Speaker of the National Assembly. His name is Moses Masika Wetangula. These people have been speaking about the abductions right, left, and center. First of all, in the history of Kenya, we cannot remember Moses Wetangula for doing anything significant as far as development is concerned. We cannot remember anything that we can say. Rigathi Gachagua has been such a good leader under Kibaki, under Uhuru, as a senator, as a speaker, that we can be proud of some development project or some initiative that is created in the counties or even at the national level, that we can be proud of. And you can see how Kenyans were dying in the streets while he was passing over a controversial bill in parliament. Now he has the audacity to come on board and advise young men and women in this country now to criticize the government. Yet them, they could not do it. He has failed in his mandate as a National Assembly Speaker. So therefore, it's important that he concentrates on the mourning of his mother. Because this is not right. We are having members of parliament plus the Speaker himself concentrating on the Gen Zs, on how they are doing good criticism in this country, castigating them for what they are doing. Yet they have important things that they should do for this country, but they have failed terribly. Corruption is all over in the country. No member of parliament is speaking. No member of parliament in the Senate is speaking. And they want to always implicate the Gen Zs as the ones who have a problem in this country. We cannot allow a scenario of that kind. It is not fair for this country. Therefore, it's my plea to Moses Masika Wetangula to kindly consider the position he is right now as a neutral position and deliver for the people of Kenya. Because as a country, we are disappointed with this parliament that is led by Moses Masika Wetangula. Because of his experience, I thought that he could have been a very nice speaker. But he's one of the people in this country we cannot really depend on as far as leadership is concerned, because he has always done things to benefit himself. Now look at what's happened in Western Kenya. Mudavadi and Wetangula have been using the Western region as a name to get their bargaining power in order to get some positions. There's no single project they've taken to that region. There's no conversation going on projects for development. Instead, it's them and their parties and their positions. While the people of Western are languishing in poverty, they are going to Nairobi to be employed as watchmen, most of them. And that is not fair for this country. It's not fair for the people of Western. Therefore, it's my plea that versus Westangula sits down, do the right things, and avoid all these things that they are doing, because the Kenyans are no longer sleeping. If you look at what Natembeya is doing, the language is speaking is exactly what Moses Masika Wetangula is doing. I don't know what is your take as far as Moses Wetangula and of course Mutuza are doing, but let me see in the comment section what it takes to have these members of parliament in this country. See you next time. For more videos, please make sure that you subscribe, like, and comment.